Welcome back to Ask the Expert on Buzz TV. I'm your host, Mike White, and on Ask the Expert, we're meeting with experts in the industry talking about the tips, tricks, and trends going on in their industries. Join us today. We have Ken Vogel and we've got Michael Cole. Welcome to the program, gents.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us, Mike.
So starting with you, Michael, tell me a little bit about Tulsa Welding School and some of the things that you guys are helping do in the community.
Yeah, so Tulsa Welding School, obviously we started in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's about 70 years ago, a little more than 70 years ago now, that we had started a welding program. We're now the largest provider of welders in the world. We've been in Jacksonville now for over 22 years. So while it started in Tulsa, we think we've done pretty well for the local folks in Jacksonville. We graduate probably about 1,100 welders and electrical and HVAC students a year. So not only do we get to help educate, but we get to help the local employers too by providing some of the workforce that they need. I know Ken can attest and needs some electricians. He has quite a few of our graduates, so proud to be sitting here with Ken as well.
Well, and as a local employer, so tell me about Essential Electric.
Yeah, so Essential Electric is really, we're a full service contractor who does service and repair. We'll do tenant build outs, commercial ground up. But as Michael has stated, one of the main issues that we have is just the labor force in itself.
Is that just in the trades, or do you see that being across the spectrum?
I will tell you, since COVID, it's been across the spectrum. Trying to find folks to work in skilled labor or in any type of labor has been more challenging than I've seen it in my 25 years of being in this business. But skilled trades especially, we're looking at a situation where we've got an elderly workforce. There's going to be about 400,000 welding shortages in the next 2 years alone, just based on retirement and coming out. I work with a couple of companies, Johnson & Johnson being one, that I can't give them enough electrical students right now to work in the contact lens factory up here. So yeah, the skilled trades have definitely seen a great shortage, as like I said, an aging workforce. And I think the other problem is we've had a stigma of trade schools over the last several years. Everybody wants their kid to go to the University of Florida or Florida State, and everyone wants their child to be a doctor and a lawyer. And along the way, we forgot that we needed welders and we needed electricians and we needed the folks that do those technical things that keep all those courtrooms cool, that keep everything lit, and frankly build all the buildings that those folks work in. So it's created a very large labor shortage across the country, particularly with skills trades.
With Essential Electric, what are you guys doing in terms of recruitment, and is it sticking?
So the biggest recruitment aspect that we have is really partnering with the local trade schools. We do have some contacts with the local high schools as well. There are local apprenticeships. But one of the things that we found with Tulsa Welding School is their program is a very fast-paced program. We can take their students, we can take their graduates, and we can really implement kind of our services and our training to quick graduates. And currently right now we have 3 on staff. They've worked out very, very well. And we're going to continue that partnership as long as we can.
Do you find with a lot of new people moving to Jacksonville in the state of Florida, you have people that are looking to join a different career path to get started?
Absolutely. We see a lot of folks, recently we've seen an influx too, 4-year degree folks that have come through and they just don't like what they've been doing, or it's something that they've been burnt out doing. So they find a trade that's something they can do with their hands, and it goes back to, in high school I did these welding courses or I did these carpentry classes and I really liked them, and somehow I got away from it, and now that I have an opportunity, I want to do something different. So they come in and they're working on the welding thing, and it creates a nice little second career for them. Or in some cases, just somebody that's looking to do something with as a hobby, a weekend warrior that's welding or things like that. Or we see a lot of veterans, especially, that come through that want to know how to work on their own electricity or want to get into a company and start doing something different. They did electricity in the Navy or in the Marine Corps, and they decided, hey, I want to take this and pursue it a little further. So they come and they do those things, and then they're able to leverage that and get a nice career out of it. So works pretty well for all those that are involved.
How can companies like Essential Electric help Tulsa Welding School to continue to recruit?
I think it's continuing to create the buzz and the need, and letting folks that they know that they need the labor. I think that talking about the salaries and the opportunities that folks like Essential have make people interested, and they can realize you can earn a good living doing something with your hands that doesn't necessarily require the 4-year degree. So anytime that we can get that kind of information shared with parents, especially of teenagers, I think it helps create the buzz that we need in order for people to become certified and do what they need to do in those fields.
And Ken, if you could talk about Tulsa Welding School and your experience with them, what would be the top 3 reasons someone should attend Tulsa?
You know, I actually spent some time at Tulsa. I helped, teach there and helped lead up some of the other areas as well. But continuing through that partnership, I've seen the curriculum firsthand. I've helped develop some of the curriculum firsthand. And so it's not just a school to go and have a good time. If you go in and you put your solid time in, you're going to come out with some very good education. The whole premise and behind it is really they want to give you a 2-year education in about 9 months. So it's very, very fast paced. And I will say this, personally, having a bachelor's degree and 2 master's degree, well, I'm back into the field, and there's a reason behind that. Is because even though I went to college and did all of that, and it taught me great personal skills and communication skills, the trade is really the secret right now, and it's trades across the board because there is a kind of a second industrial revolution coming, and so with everything going electric, all the EV cars and getting rid of gas appliances, and now we have to do electrical appliances and stuff like that. So it's coming whether we're ready or not. And so schools like this, companies like ours, we're really poised in a good position to be ready.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today. I appreciate it. It's great seeing you again.
Oh, thanks for having me, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
To find out more about these amazing companies and all the things you can do to help promote the trades, visit us at iwantabuzz.com. We'll see you next time on Ask the Experts.